This video will look at setting up the wall attributes and their associated framing tools. Note that dependent on customization, there may be differences to your own environment. To open the wall library, go into the Modeling tab and click the Wall button. Alternatively, right-click in 2D or 3D and choose the Insert Wall command. The wall library allows us to select from different wall types, exterior and interior framing, as well as some non-framing architectural wall types. Preset and custom-added wall types can also be added. For this tutorial, we will choose an exterior CTU framing wall. In the Layers column, we can see the various materials and their respective thicknesses used within the structure of the wall, as well as the default height per layer as defined by the Z levels. Each layer has different options dependent on the layer type selected and alters the variables accordingly. These can be manually adjusted. To access the parameters for the actual structure of the wall, click on the frame layer within the material field, right-click and Framing Tools. Default values will automatically be added from the wall type and the wall framing parameters. However, all can be overwritten to your requirements. Framing details determine if the wall is load-bearing or not and adjust the joints as per the system parameters. Panel label is the prefix used when the user generates the panel breaks. This will automatically pick up the level the user is adding the wall into. End panel tolerance enables the user to shorten panels to create a gap at panel breaks. Insulation can be added within the frame using the checkbox, and the material used also defined. Moving on to the Frame Tracks and Studs tab, here the user can define the profiles used in various parts of the frame. Single or double top tracks and their respective profiles can be defined here. For the blockings, there are a combination of options. Flat horizontal bracing that runs on the outside of the panel can be toggled on or off. With the face, this is added to determined by the field type. The integral lateral bracing has three main options: a continuous brace along the panel, staggered blockings in each bay, or no blocks at all. For each type, the user can define the height from the drop-down box, or simply type in the height or heights of the bracing required. Moving on to the Frame Openings tab, here the user can set up rules for the opening types and the side stud, profiles and quantities that are used. One of three definable header types will be used depending on the opening width, in relation to these two definable values. The type of header style can be defined by clicking the Select button, and much like the corner types, selected using the diamonds. Moving on to the Framing Brace tab, this allows the user to define diagonal bracing within the panel. Each type can be checked on or off, with the left and right putting in diagonal bracing to the panel ends, and all putting in bracing into each bay. For each, you can define if just a single brace is added or a K-brace. In the Frame Service Hole tab, you can customize service holes further from the default setup in system parameters. Default takes the value previously defined in the system parameters. The user can then override this by typing in the required heights. You can also determine the hole type used from the drop-down menu. However, this will depend on the tools available on the roll former. There are also two toggle options to add service holes to both the top track and blocking in the center of each stud bay. Finally, there is the Frame Anchor tab, which allows you to add in panel anchors from a variety of different manufacturers. With the attributes adjusted, we can now click OK and are ready to begin adding the walls, which will be covered in the next video. Thank you for watching.